There are many different creatures that live in the wilderness areas of the world, but few of them have the ability to freeze people in their tracks just by making a sound. There's one such creature that comes from the remote and frigid mountains of the Himalayas. It's known as the bell tongue, and it's here where we begin our story today. High in the abandoned mountain villages of the Himalayas, a spectral cryptid known as the bell tongue haunts the frozen ruins. This creature has the appearance of a gaunt humanoid draped in frostbitten robes, with a grotesquely long tongue that's shaped like a rusted iron bell. It rings when the creature feeds, and the sound is said to paralyze any living thing that hears it. Before we jump into the chilling details of this horrifying Himalayan creature, let's first explore a bit about the region in which it supposedly lives. The Himalayas stretch over several hundred miles and encompass not only the highest point on Earth, but also some of the most remote and inhospitable villages. Many of these villages are cut off from modern civilization 4 months out of the year due to heavy snowfall, leaving the residents with little to no contact with the outside world. It's within these regions that strange things can happen without anyone ever finding out. With so many remote locations, it's hard to verify the existence of the bell tongue. However, there are some reports from locals who swear they've seen it. According to those who have lived in the area their entire lives, the bell tongue is a real threat, and it's responsible for the disappearances of numerous villages. But how do these people come up with such a terrifying description? After all, if it truly is an actual physical creature, why haven't any explorers or scientists caught sight of it? While it may be true that the bell tongue is indeed real, there's also the possibility that it could just be a myth created to scare away. The Himalayas are actually a highly guarded region, and it's forbidden for outsiders to enter without special permission. Most of the people that live there are Tibetan monks who want nothing to do with the outside world. Perhaps the bell tongue was created as a way to keep trespassers away from sacred land. If that is the case, then the legend of the bell tongue has certainly done its job well, because hardly anyone dares to venture into the mountains anymore. Another possibility is that the bell tongue isn't a singular creature at all, but rather many. These creatures may inhabit different parts of the mountains, and they may even be more common than people realize. Since sightings occur so infrequently, it's possible that the bell tongues have gone unnoticed for many years. But what exactly does the bell tongue look like? To those who have encountered it, the bell tongue appears as a gaunt humanoid figure. This creature is said to be extremely emaciated, with a body that's thin and frail, much like the body of someone who has gone without food for many weeks. Its skin is pale and dry, and it hangs loosely over its bones. In some cases, the bell tongue has been described as having no eyes, while in others, it's said to have glowing red eyes that pierce the soul. It is also said that the bell tongue has incredibly long and sharp claws that it uses to rip apart its victims. But the most disturbing feature of the bell tongue is its tongue. As previously mentioned, it's shaped like a rusted iron bell, and when the creature makes a sound, the air around its mouth condenses into visible steam. Some say the bell rings when the creature takes a step, while others claim it rings when it eats. Whatever the case may be, the sound is said to be absolutely horrifying. Anyone who hears it will become paralyzed with fear and unable to move a muscle. Even if someone were to somehow break free from its grasp, they would still be doomed. That's because the bell tongue is said to feed on the life force of its victims, and those who survive an encounter with it never seem to be the same again. They often suffer from strange illnesses and debilitating disorders, and in some cases, they've even been known to die suddenly and unexpectedly. As far as what the bell tongue actually does to its victims, the details vary depending on who you ask. Some say that it simply drains their life force and leaves them paralyzed. Others say that it devours their souls. And still, others say that it rips their bodies apart, limb from limb. But perhaps the most terrifying part of all is that the bell tongue seems to be able to control the weather itself. When it makes its horrifying bell-like sound, snow and ice gather around its victim, slowly freezing them solid. Then it simply takes another step and crunch goes to the bones as it crushes its victim's body like an egg. So far, we've learned that the bell tongue is a creature that haunts the Himalayas and that it can freeze its victims with its ghastly bell-like tongue. But what exactly is this creature? Is it a demon, a spirit, an animal, or something else entirely? The truth is that no one really knows. There are some who believe that the bell tongue is an extraterrestrial being, while others believe that it's simply a figment of the imagination. But perhaps the most intriguing theory is that the bell tongue is a human soul that has been cursed to roam the earth as a vicious predator. This curse is said to be passed down from one human to another whenever the bell tongue kills someone. That means that the bell tongue is constantly searching for new hosts, and it will stop at nothing to find them. If this is true, then the bell tongue is truly one of the most dangerous cryptids that have ever existed. Now let's imagine a cinematic scene featuring the bell tongue. The camera pans across a desolate Himalayan landscape, showcasing the unforgiving terrain and heavy snowfall. We see a lone hiker trekking through the snow-covered mountains, bundled up in warm clothing and equipped with trekking poles. Despite the isolation and harsh conditions, the hiker seems determined to continue his journey. As the hiker continues his trek, the wind picks up and the temperature begins to drop. Suddenly, he hears a noise in the distance, something that resembles the sound of a bell. He stops and listens intently, trying to locate the source of the sound. Just then, the clouds in the sky begin to swirl and darken, and a blizzard starts to form. The hiker realizes that he needs to find shelter, and he quickly scans the surroundings for somewhere to hide. But there is nowhere to go. The storm is too intense, and he is completely exposed on the open mountainside. Just as he begins to panic, he sees a cave in the distance, and he makes a mad dash for it. As he approaches the cave, the wind nearly knocks him off his feet, but he manages to crawl inside and collapses on the ground, exhausted and frozen. As he lies there, he hears the sound of footsteps approaching. He looks up and sees a gaunt, emaciated figure standing over him. The figure is draped in frost-covered robes, and its face is hidden in the shadows. But it's the creature's tongue that truly terrifies the hiker. It's grotesquely long and shaped like a rusted iron bell, and as the creature takes a step forward, the bell rings, sending a chill down the hiker's spine. The hiker tries to scream, but his voice is frozen in his throat. He struggles to move, but his limbs feel heavy and unresponsive. As the bell tongue leans closer, the hiker can see the red glow in its eye. The creature opens its mouth and lets out a deafening roar, and the hiker blacks out, never to be seen again. The camera focuses on the bell tongues, bell-like tongues swaying in the wind, and we hear the sound of the blizzard raging outside the cave. The screen fades to black, leaving us with the haunting sound of the bell tongue's bell. The legend of the bell tongue is truly a terrifying one. The creature's ability to freeze its victims with its bell-like tongue is truly chilling, and its ghostly appearance and control over the weather only add to its mystique. While there is no concrete evidence that the bell tongue exists, the stories and legends surrounding it are enough to make anyone who ventures into the Himalayas think twice. So if you ever find yourself in the remote and unforgiving mountains of the Himalayas, be sure to watch your step because you never know what might be lurking around the corner. And if you happen to hear the sound of a bell ringing in the distance, whatever you do, don't investigate. Just run. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for more videos like this one. Also, check out my other content. And thanks for watching.